Hey guys, happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It is 7 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. And once again, I hadn't planned on making this video. I was just finishing up a few tasks here at home, and I had the TV on in the background. And of course, Donald Trump came on. And once again, he's spewing lies. There's no other way to put it. I'm not too happy after I heard him. So he's trying to defend himself against the Atlantic article, against all the people that are coming forward saying, yes, it is true, people in his administration and everything. But there's one thing I want to point out. The first one is where, if you listen to him say, this is all a hoax. This is just, oh no, he says, this is just like Russia. And then, this is an interesting thing. One of the first things he mentioned is the dossier. I didn't catch that at first. And that's interesting because nobody's talking about that right now. For those of you that don't know, we could call it the P file. But I've read several articles on how Mr. Trump seems to bring this up very often without any reason. Denial. Once again, I want to bring up the William Shakespeare quote, "Methinks thou dost protest too much." I hadn't caught it the first time, but he mentions, he goes, this is just fake news, just like the dossier. And it's like the first things he mentioned. And I didn't catch it at first. Nobody in the room was talking about the dossier, you know? And it's just odd that he, you know, that seems to be on his mind an awful lot. But that's not what I want to talk about. His denials, again, he's saying the witch hunt, and it's all, I mean, see, this is the thing. I don't understand how, Trump supporters have to know that he's lying. Anybody with any cognitive reasoning whatsoever, I think anybody over 8 years old could really see at this point, if you put it all together over the last 4 years, you could see this man is lying. But this right now is what I want to talk about. So he was asked about the specific video where he talks about John McCain. He was captured, and I don't support people that were captured, right? I'm paraphrasing a little bit. So he was asked about that just yesterday, and he goes, well, I say what I say. Okay, that's telling. But then he goes on to say, well, me and John McCain have had disagreements. We haven't gotten along in the past. And that's his excuse, that him and John McCain have had disagreements. A fellow Republican, too. That's one Republican, I believe I voted for him. I'm not sure, but I like John McCain. Anyway, here's the thing. He wasn't talking about John McCain there. He said he doesn't support people that were captured. He's talking about P.O.Ws right there, prisoners of war, people that have died in combat, been captured, been tortured. Now, I'm not a vet myself, but I'm going to guess that a lot of the people that were captured, a lot of the POWs were probably some of the bravest, most honorable men in all of the military. For them to have gotten that close and actually captured, I'm guessing that these were some of the toughest missions, and probably some of the missions where they were going back to bring back to try to rescue some of their fellow soldiers, or to bring back bodies, the never leave a man behind kind of thing, and they were captured. Now, see, I don't know if people noticed this, but his excuse is, yesterday, his excuse was that he doesn't agree with John McCain, on that. That's his excuse for that video. But if you listen to it, he is not talking about John McCain. He's talking about POWs. He's talking about prisoners of war, our literal war heroes. He does not support. That is what he is saying, word for word, in that video. I don't support people who were captured. How much clearer could that be? Again, when somebody's lying, you got to pay very close attention. Sometimes you have to listen to over and over, because when people are very practiced at lying and deception and misdirection, they can get good at it. You listen to that video. He's talking about American prisoners of war, that he does not support them, saying more or less that they are losers. If there's any vets out there that are still going to vote for John McCain, that are still going to vote for Donald Trump, shame on you. Shame on you. And I want to say something a lot stronger than that, but I won't. All right, you guys have a good Saturday.